unfortunate truth about the path of self-development, or when you're trying to build something great, is it ends up being a lonely path. A lot of the times, in order to accomplish anything great, you've got to be somewhat obsessed. And most people will not relate. Because most people, you have to be very intentional about where your attention is going. If that makes sense. You got to be intentional about your attention, because the world is all in competition trying to get your attention. And if you're not intentional, you'll just end up mindlessly just attaching to anything that society or social media is throwing at you. You end up spending hours just doom scrolling. And when you're trying to build something, and when you're trying to get serious about working on yourself, there's just not a lot of people doing that, right? If you want to be extraordinary, then you've got to do things out of the ordinary. And unfortunately, self-development, most people are just killing themselves. They're eating whatever trash is easy and quick, fast food. If it's easy, then it's probably not worth doing. And I'll even go further with that. If it's easy, it's probably detrimental to you. Probably going to hurt you. And we can talk about any factor, whether we're talking physical fitness or we're talking about dieting, eating clean. Have you ever tried to work on your diet and start eating clean? Ain't nobody else doing that. You're going to have to be willing to stand out. You're going to have to set boundaries. You're going to have to bring your own meals. You're going to have to say no a lot, because just trying not to eat trash. Everybody is eating trash. And that's sad. But a lot of the times, if you really want to get serious about self-development, then you've got to be okay with being the lone wolf. You got to be okay with blazing your own trail. And that's what I'm doing. I'll be honest with you, it's not much of a choice for me. I have to have something that I'm working on. I have to be deep in a process, because if I'm not, this starts to get me. Too much idle time, my mind starts to go to dark places. So, and this is just a 3-minute video, just kind of ranting and raving about my lonely path. I've learned to appreciate it, but I'm 45 now. I've had a lot of time to wrestle with it, to wrestle with the demons, and I've spent some time in self-pity and questioning why things are, and even feeling like I was cursed. But I'm not there today. I understand a lot of things that I didn't understand even last year. I don't think I've ever been so obsessed about the path that I'm on. I'll give you something. You know what I just did? I'm whelping a litter right now. If anybody don't know, I breed XL American Bullies, and I've got 2 puppies that I'm having to bottle feed every couple hours. So I got a lot going on with the kennel and stuff, and I get sidetracked, and I'm rushing out the door to go to the gym. The gym's about 15 minutes from my house. I get to the gym, get parked, and get out the truck. I still have my house slippers on. So now I'm driving back home to put my gym shoes on and go back to the gym. How's that for determination?